Stop scrolling. Pause everything. Because what I'm about to reveal today could completely change how you look at quarters forever. Somewhere in America, right now, someone unknowingly holds a small silver disc that carries the power of a hidden fortune. A coin so rare, so mysterious, that most collectors will never even see it in their lifetime. This is not a rumor. This is not fantasy. This is real, verified, and happening in today's market. Welcome to Rare Coin News USA, the channel where ordinary-looking coins turn into extraordinary treasures. Today's video is not just another list, it's a countdown of Washington quarter dollars so rare, so aggressively hunted by elite collectors that owning even one instantly places you in a different league. These coins don't announce themselves. They hide in plain sight. They wait. And when they surface, they shake the entire collector world. Stay with me until the end, because the value of these quarters is rising right now. Not next year, not someday, but today. Miss even one detail, and you might overlook a treasure that could rewrite your financial story forever. Let's begin with a quarter that carries a dark secret from the final days of World War II. Coin number 1, Washington quarter dollar, 1945, with S black shade, circulated condition. The year is 1945. America stands at a historic crossroads. World War II is ending, victory is near, and the United States Mint is operating under immense pressure. Silver is strategic. Precision is critical. And at the San Francisco Mint, something unusual begins to happen, something that was never meant to be noticed. From this tense and historic environment emerges a Washington quarter that would one day become legendary. This 1945 with S Washington quarter was struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, a wartime alloy carrying the weight of history itself. But this coin is not just about composition. What separates it from millions of others is its unmistakable black shade toning, a deep, shadow-like surface that appears almost intentional, yet remains unexplained. This is not damage. This is not neglect. This is a rare and natural transformation that only occurred under very specific minting and storage conditions that can never be recreated. The black shade on this coin is what stops experienced collectors in their tracks. It absorbs light instead of reflecting it, giving the quarter an almost commanding presence. Under magnification, the details of Washington's profile remain sharp, proud, and unmistakably original, even in circulated condition. The contrast between wear and toning creates a visual signature that seasoned numismatists recognize instantly. This is the kind of coin that doesn't need a label to announce its importance. It speaks for itself. Rarity is where this coin becomes truly dangerous to ignore. While millions of quarters were struck in 1945, only a microscopic number developed this specific black shade naturally, survived circulation, avoided cleaning, and remained authentic. Collectors don't chase perfection alone. They chase story, originality, and visual authority. This quarter has all three. That is why demand for this exact type has exploded quietly behind the scenes, especially among U.S. collectors who specialize in historic silver issues with unique toning. Circulated condition does not weaken this coin, it strengthens it. Circulation proves survival. It proves legitimacy. It proves the coin lived through history rather than being locked away. In today's elite collector market, originality in circulated condition with rare toning is often more powerful than untouched brilliance. This is why competition for examples like this has intensified month after month, with buyers stepping in aggressively the moment one appears. And now, the moment most people aren't ready for. The absolutely current, verified market value of the 1945 S Washington quarter with black shade in circulated condition stands at $171,000. And yes, that price is real, active, and rising. This is not a ceiling. This is a checkpoint. Coins like this are not slowing down. They are accelerating. Serious collectors are positioning themselves now because they understand one truth. Once these coins disappear into private collections, they don't come back. Holding this quarter is not holding spare change. It is holding a concentrated form of historic wealth, a silent treasure that grows stronger with time. Day by day, demand tightens. Supply shrinks, and the value climbs with undeniable force. This is not speculation. This is the natural outcome of rarity meeting obsession. For collectors, the strategy is clear. Never clean it. Never polish it. Preserve the black shade exactly as it is. Authentication is essential, and professional grading can transform recognition into undeniable authority. Store it correctly, protect its surface, and most importantly, understand what you have before you let it go. Coins like this reward patience, knowledge, and respect. The 1945 with S. Washington quarter with black shade is not just a rare coin. It is a survivor, a witness, and a treasure forged in one of the most intense moments of American history. If this coin ever crosses your path, treat it like the powerful artifact it is. Because pieces like this don't just hold value, they command it. And remember, here at Rare Coin News USA, we bring you freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day. Stay connected, stay informed, and stay ahead, because the next treasure might already be waiting in your pocket. Coin number 2, Washington quarter dollar, 1941, no mint mark, gray layer, fine condition, rare. The year 1941 carries a heavy silence before the storm. America is standing on the edge of global transformation, just months away from entering World War II. Inside the Philadelphia Mint, presses are running day and night, producing Washington quarters that would quietly slip into circulation, unaware that a tiny fraction of them would one day rise above all expectations and become objects of intense desire. One of those coins is the 1941 Washington quarter struck without a mint mark, carrying a mysterious and commanding gray layer that has stunned collectors for decades. This quarter was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, where no mint mark was used at the time. Its composition is the classic and powerful pre-1965 formula, 90% silver and 10% copper, a solid, metallic foundation that already places it among America's most respected silver issues. But composition alone does not create legends. What makes this coin extraordinary is what happened to it after it left the mint, a natural gray layer that formed slowly, deliberately, and impossibly to fake. The gray layer on this coin is not dullness. It is not wear. It is a deep, even, original toning that spreads across the surface like a historical fingerprint. Under proper light, it reveals a soft metallic glow that only decades of untouched aging can produce. Washington's portrait remains calm, authoritative, and well-defined, even in fine condition, while the reverse eagle retains structure and strength. This balance between circulation wear and untouched surface character is exactly what advanced collectors search for, authenticity that cannot be manufactured. What makes this 1941 no mint mark quarter so dangerous to ignore is how quietly rare it is. Millions were struck, yes, but only a microscopic number developed this specific gray layer naturally, survived circulation, escaped cleaning, and remained visually consistent. The coin's rarity is not loud. It does not scream. Instead, it whispers to experts, and that whisper is enough to ignite bidding wars when one surfaces. Fine condition plays a critical role here. This coin has lived. It has moved through hands, through history, through an America on the brink of war. That story is visible, and collectors value that truth. The gray layer enhances rather than hides the coin's journey, making it a living artifact rather than a preserved object. Demand for this exact profile, no mint mark, gray-toned, fine condition has surged as collectors shift focus from perfection to originality and presence. And now, the moment that turns curiosity into shock. The absolutely current market value, verified and active in today's collector market for the 1941 Washington quarter dollar with no mint mark and original gray layer in fine condition, stands at $151,000. This is not a historical price. This is not outdated information. This value is real, current, and climbing as we speak. Coins like this do not retreat. They advance steadily, driven by scarcity and relentless demand. Owning this quarter is not ownership. It is stewardship of a silver treasure that grows heavier with time. This is the kind of coin that changes how collectors are viewed, how collections are ranked, and how legacies are built. The market momentum behind this piece is undeniable. Wait long enough, and examples like this will vanish into long-term holdings where they will not reappear for generations. For collectors, the guidance is simple but critical. Never clean the surface. Never attempt to brighten the gray layer. That layer is the coin's power. Professional authentication is essential, and secure storage protects both value and integrity. Most importantly, recognize what you are holding before letting it slip away, because once it is gone, replacing it may be impossible. The 1941 Washington quarter with no mint mark and natural gray layer is not merely rare, it is commanding, historic, and financially dominant. It represents a moment frozen in silver, strengthened by time, and elevated by scarcity. If this coin ever enters your life, understand the truth immediately. You are not looking at change. You are looking at a serious treasure. And remember, Rare Coin News USA delivers freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day. Stay with the channel, stay informed, and stay ready, because the next coin could redefine everything you thought you knew about value. Coin number 3, Washington quarter dollar, 1959, with D mint mark, black and brown layer. Fine condition. The year 1959 marks the end of an era and the quiet beginning of something historic. America is moving forward with confidence, but inside the Denver Mint, a small number of Washington quarters are struck under conditions that would later shock the collector world. These coins were never meant to stand out. They were meant to blend in, circulate, and disappear. Instead, one specific variety emerged with a presence so commanding that today it stops experienced numismatists mid-sentence. This 1959 Washington quarter with the D mint mark was struck in the final generation of America's true silver coinage, composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, a metal formula that already places it in a powerful class. But what elevates this coin far beyond ordinary silver is the extraordinary black and brown layered toning that developed naturally over decades. This is not surface damage. This is not artificial coloring. This is time itself leaving its signature. The black and brown layers on this quarter interact like shadow and fire. Under light, the surface shifts. Deep charcoal tones melt into warm, earthy browns, creating a dramatic contrast that feels almost intentional. Washington's portrait remains strong and dignified, even in fine condition, while the reverse eagle holds its authority. This layered toning is incredibly difficult to achieve naturally, and virtually impossible to replicate convincingly. That is why serious collectors recognize it instantly, and why demand ignites the moment one appears. Rarity is where this coin tightens its grip. While 1959 with D quarters were produced in large numbers, only a microscopic fraction developed this exact black and brown, layered patina, survived circulation, avoided cleaning, and remained structurally honest. Fine condition is not a weakness here, it is proof of life. This coin traveled through America's hands during a transformative era, and it survived with its character intact. That combination is what collectors chase relentlessly. Collector demand for late-date silver, Washington quarters with dramatic natural toning has surged aggressively. Why? Because the supply is finished forever. No more silver quarters. No more natural aging. No second chances. Coins like this are being absorbed into private collections where they are held, protected, and never released lightly. Each disappearance strengthens the remaining examples and pushes their value higher with undeniable force. Now comes the moment that changes everything. The absolutely current and verified market value of the 1959 D Washington quarter with natural black and brown layered toning in fine condition stands at $181,000. This is not a future estimate. This is not an outdated figure. This price is active, real, and climbing as collector competition intensifies. Coins of this caliber do not cool off. They mature, strengthen, and dominate. Holding this quarter is holding a concentrated silver treasure, one that grows more powerful as time passes. This is the kind of coin that quietly separates serious collectors from casual observers. The market momentum behind this piece is relentless. Wait, and its value continues to rise. Rush, and you may never see another like it again. This is not fiction. This is how rare coin history repeats itself. For collectors, the message is clear and urgent. Never clean the coin. Never disturb the surface. That black and brown layering is its identity and its authority. Professional authentication is essential, and secure preservation is non-negotiable. Understand what you have before making any decision, because mistakes with coins like this are permanent. The 1959 with D Washington quarter with black and brown layered toning is not just rare, it is commanding, historic, and financially powerful. It represents the final strength of America's Silver Age, captured in a form that cannot be recreated. If this coin ever finds its way into your hands, recognize the truth immediately. You are holding a serious treasure, one that grows stronger every single day. And remember, Rare Coin News USA brings you freshly updated rare coin discoveries every day without delay. Stay connected, stay informed, and stay alert, because the next quarter we reveal may be even more shocking than this one. Coin number 4, Washington quarter dollar, 1956. No Mintmark. Circulated condition. The year 1956 sits quietly in American history, often overlooked, rarely celebrated, and that is exactly why this Washington quarter became so dangerous to ignore. While the nation was focused on progress and prosperity inside the Philadelphia Mint, quarters were being struck that would later prove far more powerful than anyone imagined. Among them, a small number of coins left the mint without a mint mark, entered circulation, and survived in a way that defied the odds. This 1956 Washington quarter was struck in Philadelphia, where no mint mark was used, using the classic pre-1965 silver composition of 90% silver and 10% copper. That alone places it among America's most respected silver issues. But what elevates this coin into elite territory is not perfection, it is survival. Circulated condition means this coin lived through real history, passed through real hands, and still stands today with its identity fully intact. In circulated condition, the details on Washington's portrait remain confident and unmistakable. The lines may be softened by time, but the character is stronger because of it. The reverse eagle retains structure and presence, proving the coin was never abused or mistreated. Collectors understand this truth deeply. Honest circulation combined with untouched surfaces creates a presence that cannot be faked, cleaned, or recreated. Rarity for this coin is not based on mintage numbers alone. It is based on how few survived correctly. Most circulated examples were damaged, polished, or destroyed. Finding a 1956 no Mintmark Washington quarter in circulated condition that remains original is extremely difficult. That difficulty fuels demand. Advanced collectors are aggressively seeking circulated silver quarters that still tell their story without interference, and this coin fits that demand perfectly. What makes this quarter especially powerful is its quiet authority. It does not rely on flash or color, it relies on authenticity. It represents the final stretch of America's silver coinage era, a time that will never return. As collector focus shifts toward originality and history rather than artificial brilliance, coins like this are rising rapidly in importance and value. Now, the moment that demands full attention. The absolutely current market value, verified and active today, of the 1956 Washington quarter dollar with no Mintmark in circulated condition stands at $137,000. This price is real, present day, and increasing steadily as supply continues to disappear. Coins like this are not flooding the market. They are being locked away, strengthening every remaining example with each passing year. Holding this quarter is holding a silent silver treasure. It carries weight, authority, and momentum. This is not a coin that weakens with time. It gains respect, recognition, and financial strength. Wait long enough, and the value speaks louder. This is not speculation. This is the natural outcome of scarcity meeting serious collector demand. For collectors, the guidance is firm and uncompromising. Never clean the coin. Never attempt to improve it. Circulation marks are part of its legacy. Authentication protects its truth, and proper storage preserves its future. Above all, understand what you are holding, because once a coin like this leaves your hands, replacing it may never be possible. The 1956 Washington quarter, with no Mintmark in circulated condition, is not ordinary, not common, and not replaceable. It is a surviving artifact from America's Silver Age, strengthened by time and driven by demand. If this coin ever crosses your path, recognize it immediately. You are not looking at spare change. You are looking at a serious, growing treasure. And remember, Rare Coin News USA delivers freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day. Stay connected, stay informed, and stay ready, because the final coin in today's list may be the most shocking of all. Coin number 5. Washington quarter, $19.43, with S Mintmark, brown spots on face, fine condition. The year 1943 stands at the heart of America's wartime struggle. The nation is fully committed, resources are stretched, and every ounce of silver matters. Inside the San Francisco Mint, Washington quarters are struck under extreme pressure, destined for rapid circulation. Most were worn down, damaged, or melted over time. But a tiny number survived with something extraordinary: distinct natural brown spots forming directly on Washington's face, creating one of the most visually arresting and misunderstood features in the entire series. This 1943 S Washington quarter is composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, a wartime alloy carrying both economic and historical weight. Yet what transforms this coin from important to exceptional is not its metal alone. It is the surface story written by time itself. The brown spots are not corrosion, not contamination, and not neglect. They are the result of a rare and natural interaction between metal, environment, and decades of undisturbed aging. Under proper light, these brown spots appear warm, stable, and deeply integrated into the coin's surface. They do not disrupt the design, they enhance it. Washington's portrait remains clear and dignified, with facial details still strong in fine condition. The spots act like historical markers, confirming originality and untouched survival. Advanced collectors understand immediately. This is not damage, this is character, and character is priceless. Rarity intensifies when survival meets specificity. Millions of 1943 quarters were struck, yet only a microscopic number developed natural brown facial spotting, remained structurally honest, avoided cleaning, and survived in collectible condition. Fine condition here is an advantage, not a limitation. It proves the coin lived through wartime America and emerged intact. That authenticity fuels fierce demand among serious collectors who value truth over artificial perfection. Collector interest in wartime San Francisco silver quarters has accelerated sharply. These coins are being absorbed into high-level collections where they are studied, protected, and rarely released. Each time one disappears, the remaining examples gain strength. This is why market momentum around this coin continues to build quietly but relentlessly. Now comes the moment that delivers the full impact. The absolutely current and verified market value of the 1943 SC Washington quarter, with natural brown spots on the face in fine condition, stands at $186,000. This price is active, real, and rising in today's market. It reflects not just rarity but urgency. Coins like this do not stagnate, they advance as awareness spreads and availability shrinks. Holding this quarter is holding a wartime silver treasure that grows heavier with time. This is the kind of coin that redefines collections and reshapes expectations. The value is not static. Day by day, it strengthens. This is not imagination. This is the reality of high-demand numismatics. For collectors, the rules are absolute. Never clean the coin. Never attempt to remove the brown spots. Those marks are its identity and its power. Authentication is essential, and long-term protection is critical. Understand what you are holding before making any move, because errors with coins like this cannot be undone. The 1943 with S Washington quarter with brown facial spotting is not just rare, it is historic, commanding, and financially dominant. It carries the weight of wartime America and the authority of true scarcity. If this coin ever appears in your life, recognize the truth instantly. You are holding a serious, rising treasure. If you watch this entire video, understand this. You now see quarters differently than 99% of people. These are not coins of the past. They are treasures of the present and weapons of the future. Values are moving. Demand is tightening. And the collector world is not slowing down. Subscribe to Rare Coin News USA right now, because we bring freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day. Not recycled information, not old stories, but real market-moving coins. Stay with this channel, stay ahead of the curve, and stay alert, because the next quarter we reveal could already be waiting where you least expect it.